Stop me if you've heard this before. January 1st, new year, new you. You set goals, you make promises, you're finally going to change. And by February, you're back exactly where you started. But here's what nobody tells you. The problem isn't your willpower. It's not your motivation. It's that you're trying to make quantum leaps when what you need are simple systems. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern self-help gurus are just figuring out. Success isn't about massive action. It's about small, consistent habits compounded over time. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you 10 ridiculously simple Stoic habits. Habits that take less than 10 minutes a day. But here's the catch. If you implement them starting today, you'll be 5 years ahead of everyone else by the end of 2026. Not 5 years older, 5 years ahead. Let me show you how. Before we dive in, I need you to understand something critical. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they weren't motivational speakers. They were practitioners. They didn't write Instagram quotes. They wrote survival manuals for navigating chaos. In every single habit I'm about to share with you, they used it daily. See, the Stoics understood something about time that we've forgotten. You can't control how much time you have, but you can control what you do with the time you're given, and that makes all the difference. So, let's talk about the 10 habits that will put you 5 years ahead, starting with the most powerful one. Habit number 1. The morning premeditation. Habit number 1. Spend 5 minutes every morning preparing for disaster. I know, that sounds dark, but stick with me. The Stoics called this Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils, and it's the secret weapon of high performers. Here's how it works. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you do anything, you spend 5 minutes imagining what could go wrong today. The difficult conversation, the unexpected crisis, the person who might betray you, and then you mentally rehearse how you'll respond. Let me tell you about James. James was a CEO, brilliant guy, but he had a problem. Every time something unexpected happened, a bad quarterly report, a key employee quitting, a client walking away, he'd spiral. Panic, rage, paralysis, until his coach introduced him to this one habit. 5 minutes, every morning, visualizing what could go wrong, not to be negative, but to be prepared. And here's what happened. 3 months later, his company lost their biggest client. 20% of revenue, gone, overnight. His team expected him to panic. Instead, he smiled. I've been preparing for this moment every morning for 90 days. Let's execute Plan B. They not only survived, they thrived. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Begin each day by telling yourself, 'Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness.'" Not to be pessimistic, but to be unshakable. When you've mentally rehearsed the worst, nothing can break you. So here's your habit. Tomorrow morning, 5 minutes before your phone, ask yourself, what could go wrong today? How will I respond with virtue? Do this every day for a year and watch how nothing rattles you anymore. That's not 5 years of growth. That's 5 years of resilience. And we're just getting started. Habit number 2, the dichotomy of control check. Habit number 2, before you stress about anything, run it through the control filter. The Stoics had a simple framework that would eliminate 90% of your anxiety if you actually used it. They divided everything in life into 2 categories: things you can control and things you can't. That's it. But you don't live like this, do you? You stress about the weather, the economy, what people think, the past, the future, none of which you control. Epictetus said it best. Some things are up to us, and some things are not up to us. And your job is to know the difference. Sarah was a marketing director, type A personality, control freak. She'd spend hours in meetings trying to change people's opinions. hours worrying about whether her boss liked her, hours obsessing over competitors' strategies, until one day she had a breakdown, panic attack, hospital, the works, and the therapist gave her one assignment. Every time you feel anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed, write it down. Then ask, is this within my control? If yes, what's one action I can take right now? If no, delete it. Literally, delete the note. Do this for 365 days, and you'll have eliminated 5 years worth of wasted mental energy. Energy you can now use to actually build something. Habit number 3, the evening review. Habit number 3, end every day with a 10-minute self-audit. Seneca wrote to a friend, "When the light has been taken away and my wife has fallen silent, I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by. Every single night." Think about that. One of the busiest men in Rome, advisor to emperors, philosopher, writer, took time every night to review his day, not to beat himself up, but to learn, to adjust, to grow. You know what you do? You scroll TikTok until you pass out. You binge Netflix until your eyes close. You do everything except reflect on who you're becoming. And then you wonder why you're not growing. Michael was a software engineer, talented, but stuck. Same level for 4 years, same salary, same problems. He couldn't figure out why, until his mentor gave him a journal and one instruction. Every night before bed, 3 questions. 1. What did I do well today? 2. What could I have done better? 3. What will I do differently tomorrow? 10 minutes, that's it. First week, he realized he was making the same mistakes over and over. First month, he noticed patterns in his behavior he'd never seen. First year, he was leading a team. Why? Because he was the only person actually learning from his days instead of just living them. Marcus Aurelius kept a journal. We call it meditations now, but it wasn't for us, it was for him. Daily reflections, daily corrections, daily growth. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But you can't realize it if you never stop to reflect. Tonight, before you sleep, grab a notebook. Write 3 things I'm grateful for today. 1 thing I did well. 1 thing I could improve. 1 intention for tomorrow." That's it. 5 minutes, maximum. Do this every night for a year, and you'll have 365 data points on your growth, 365 course corrections, 365 days of intentional improvement. That's not 1 year of experience. That's 5 years because you're actually learning.
Habit number 4, the voluntary discomfort practice. Habit number 4, deliberately choose discomfort once a day. The Stoics practiced something wild. They'd voluntarily make their lives harder. Seneca would sleep on the floor. Cato walked barefoot in the rain. Marcus would wear cheap clothes despite being emperor. Why? Because they understood something you've forgotten. Comfort is a trap. The more you avoid discomfort, the weaker you become. And when real hardship comes, and it will come, you'll shatter. Now, I'm not telling you to sleep on the floor, but I am telling you this. If you never choose hard things, life will force hard things on you, and you won't be ready. David was comfortable. Great job, nice house, easy life. Then 2024 hit. Recession, layoffs, his entire department eliminated, and he fell apart. Why? Because he'd spent 10 years avoiding every uncomfortable situation. Difficult conversations? Avoided. Physical challenges? Skipped. Mental strain? Netflix. So when real adversity came, he had no muscle memory for struggle. Epictetus was a slave before he became a philosopher. He literally had one of the hardest lives imaginable. And he wrote, "Difficulties are things that show what men are, not break them, show them." Your habit: choose one uncomfortable thing every day. Could be a cold shower, a difficult conversation you've been avoiding, a workout that scares you, saying no when you want to please, fasting for a meal, or sitting in silence with your thoughts. Just one thing every day. Do this for a year, you'll have faced 365 moments of uncomfortable moments on your terms. Which means, when life throws real discomfort at you, you'll be trained, ready, unbreakable. That's 5 years of resilience built in 12 months. Habit number 5, the Memento Mori reminder. Habit number 5, remind yourself you're going to die daily. I know, dark, but this might be the most important habit on this list. The Stoics were obsessed with death, not because they were morbid, but because remembering death is the key to living fully. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Read that again. You could die today, right now. Does that change how you're living? You act like you have forever. You postpone, you procrastinate, you play small. Why? Because you've forgotten you're mortal. Tom was 47, successful businessman, estranged from his daughter. They hadn't spoken in 3 years after a stupid argument. He kept telling himself, "I'll reach out next month when things settle down, when I'm less busy. Next month, always next month." Until he got a call. His daughter was in an accident. She survived, thank God. But in that hospital waiting room, Tom realized something that broke him. He'd almost run out of time. All the next months in the world don't matter if you don't get a next month. The Romans had a phrase, Memento Mori, remember you must die. They'd even have servants whisper it to victorious generals in parades. Why? Because remembering death isn't depressing, it's clarifying. When you remember your time is limited, you stop wasting it. Your habit, set a daily phone reminder. Title it, Memento Mori. Time, random. Let it surprise you. When it goes off, pause. Take one breath. Ask yourself, if today were my last day, would I be proud of how I'm spending it? That's it. Do this for a year, you'll have 365 moments of radical clarity, 365 chances to course correct, 365 reminders to stop postponing your real life. Most people waste decades before they figure this out. You'll have it embedded in 12 months. That's 5 years of living consciously, compressed into one. Habit number 6, the single-tasking discipline. Habit number 6, do one thing at a time, completely. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life." Not every 10 acts, every act. Singular, full attention. But you're not living like this. You're eating while scrolling, working while texting, talking while thinking about something else. You're everywhere, which means you're nowhere. You know what that is? It's a slow death of presence. You're physically here, but mentally gone. And years from now, you'll look back and realize you didn't actually live most of your life. You just floated through it, distracted. Rachel was a therapist. Ironic, right? She helped people all day with their problems, but at home, she was a ghost. Dinner with her kids? Phone in hand. Conversations with her husband? Mind somewhere else. Movie nights? Laptop open. Until her 6-year-old son said something that destroyed her. "Mommy, why do you love your phone more than me?" She didn't. Of course she didn't. But that's what her actions were teaching him. So she made a change. One simple rule. When I'm with someone, I'm with them. Phone down, laptop closed, full attention. When I'm working, I'm working. When I'm playing, I'm playing. One thing at a time. Epictetus taught, first, say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Decide who you are, then be that person, fully, in each moment. Your habit, pick one task, set the timer, 25 minutes. During those 25 minutes, that task is your universe. No phone, no email, no distractions, just you and the work. After 25 minutes, 5-minute break. Then repeat. It's called the Pomodoro technique now,
but the Stoics were doing it 2,000 years ago. Do this every day for a year? You'll have completed 365 days of deep work. While everyone else is drowning in distraction, you're producing at a level they can't comprehend. That's 5 years of output in 1 year of focused effort. Habit number 7, the negative visualization. Habit number 7, spend 3 minutes imagining losing everything you love. Your family, your health, your home, your freedom. Gone. Sounds depressing, right? It's actually the key to gratitude. Here's the problem with human nature. We adapt to good things instantly. You get a raise, thrilled for a week. Then it's normal. You buy a house, excited for a month. Then it's just where you live. You have people who love you, you take them for granted. Why? Because you forget you're not guaranteed. John was married for 15 years. Good marriage, not perfect, but good. But he'd stopped noticing his wife, stopped saying thank you for the little things, stopped really seeing her, until his best friend lost his wife to cancer. 43 years old, 2 kids, gone in 6 months. And John watched his friend fall apart. At the funeral, John realized something terrifying. He'd been acting like his wife was permanent, like the marriage would just always be there, like he had unlimited time to appreciate her. But he doesn't. None of us do. So he started a new practice. Every morning, 3 minutes, he'd imagine his wife wasn't there. Imagine the empty bed, the silent house, the life without her. Then he'd open his eyes, and she'd be there. And suddenly, he could see her again. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." Read that slowly. You're wishing for things you don't have, while ignoring the miracles you're living with. Your habit, once a day, 3 minutes. Close your eyes. Imagine losing your health, your home, your loved ones, your freedom. Really feel it, the emptiness, the loss. Then open your eyes and look at your life with new eyes. Do this for a year, you'll have 365 moments of radical gratitude. You'll stop taking your life for granted. You'll stop postponing love, appreciation, presence. Most people don't learn this until it's too late, until someone is actually gone. You're learning it now. That's 5 years of regret prevented. Habit number 8, the helpful action. Habit number 8, do one helpful thing for someone else every day without being asked. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee." Translation, you're not separate from the world, you're part of it. And the fastest way to feel fulfilled is to be useful. But you're so busy working on yourself that you've forgotten everyone else. Self-care, self-improvement, self. And you're miserable. Why? Because humans aren't designed for pure self-focus. We're designed for contribution. Mark was depressed. Had been for 3 years. Tried therapy, medication, meditation, everything. Nothing worked. Until his therapist gave him one assignment. Every day, do something helpful for someone else. Doesn't have to be big, just helpful. Hold a door, send an encouraging text, help a neighbor, buy a coffee for a stranger. One act, every day. First week, he didn't feel any different. First month, small shifts, tiny moments of purpose. 3 months, his depression started lifting. Why? Because he'd stopped obsessing over his own problems and started being part of the solution for others. Marcus Aurelius understood this. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Your habit, every morning ask yourself, who can I help today? Then do one thing. Could be a genuine compliment, helping someone with their work, checking on a friend who's struggling, leaving a generous tip, sharing knowledge freely, listening without trying to fix. One act, every day. Do this for a year? You'll have helped 365 people, changed 365 days for the better, built a reputation as someone who gives, not just takes. And here's the secret. The more you give, the more fulfilled you become. That's 5 years of meaning, built one day at a time. Habit number 9, the evening preparation. Habit number 9, prepare tomorrow, tonight. Seneca said, begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. But you can't begin at once if you wake up confused about what to do. You know what you do? You wake up, check your phone, react to emails. Suddenly it's noon and you haven't done one thing that actually matters. Why? Because you didn't decide in advance what mattered. Linda was drowning. Entrepreneur, 2 kids, always behind. She'd end every day exhausted, but not accomplished. Busy, but not productive. Until she hired a coach who asked one question. Before you go to bed tonight, do you know exactly what tomorrow's 3 most important tasks are? She didn't. She just wing it, react, survive. So the coach gave her one habit. Every night, before bed, 10 minutes, write down 1. Tomorrow's top 3 priorities, 2. Potential obstacles, 3. How I'll respond to distractions. That's it. Within a month, her productivity doubled. Why? Because she wasn't making decisions in the morning when she was tired. She was making them the night before when she was clear. Then she just had to execute. Marcus Aurelius prepared every evening. He'd think through the next day, the challenges, the people he'd meet, not to control it all, but to be ready for it all. Your habit. Every night, last thing before sleep, open your journal or notes app. Write 3 most important tasks for tomorrow, 1 potential problem and how I'll handle it, 1 thing I'm excited about. 5 minutes. That's it. Do this for a year? You'll have had 365 days where you started with clarity instead of confusion. 365 days where you led your life instead of reacting to it. Most people live their entire lives in reaction mode. You'll master proactive living in 1 year. That's 5 years of control, compressed. Habit number 10, the weekly silence. Habit number 10, spend 1 hour a week in complete silence. No phone, no music, no people. Just you and your thoughts. When's the last time you sat in silence? Not no one's talking silence. True silence. No input, no entertainment, no distraction. Just being. Can't remember? Neither can most people, because we're terrified of silence. Why? Because in silence, we have to face ourselves, and most of us are running from that. Amanda was a lawyer, high-powered, always moving. Meetings, calls, emails, podcasts, audiobooks, TV. Every moment filled with something, until she had a breakdown. Her therapist asked, "When do you think?" "I think all the time," Amanda said. "No," the therapist corrected. "When do you think your own thoughts? Not someone else's ideas from a podcast, not reactions to emails. Your thoughts." Amanda realized, never. She was consuming constantly, reacting constantly, but she wasn't actually thinking, wasn't processing, wasn't creating, wasn't being.
Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." But you have to actually go there, and you can't do that if you're drowning in noise. Your habit. Once a week, 1 hour, silence. Find a quiet space, leave your phone in another room, sit, walk, doesn't matter. Just be with yourself, with your thoughts. No agenda, no productivity, no figuring things out. Just silence. First time, your brain will scream, panic. That's normal. You're detoxing from constant stimulation, but push through. Week by week, something shifts. Ideas emerge. Clarity arrives. Peace settles. Do this for a year, you'll have 52 hours of deep, uninterrupted thought, 52 sessions of real self-knowledge, 52 opportunities to hear your own wisdom. Most people go their entire lives never knowing themselves because they never stop long enough to listen. You'll master it in 1 year. That's 5 years of self-discovery compressed.
Okay, let's bring this home. 10 habits, all simple, all powerful. But here's the secret nobody tells you. You don't need to do all 10 perfectly. You just need to start. Pick one, just one habit from this list, the one that resonated most, and commit to it for 30 days. That's it. Not forever, not all 10, just one for 30 days. Because here's what happens. When you prove to yourself you can build one habit, the second one is easier. The third, easier still, until habit building becomes your identity. James Clear talks about the 1% rule. If you get 1% better every day for a year, you don't end up 365% better. You end up 37 times better. That's the power of compound growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." These habits, they're not theory. They're not philosophy for philosophy's sake. They're practice. Daily, simple, transformative. Think about this. It's 2026. You have 365 days, 52 weeks, 12 months. What if you spent them becoming 1% better each day? Where would you be by 2027? Or here's the scarier question. What if you don't? What if you keep doing what you've always done? Where will you be? The Stoics believed in something called amor fati, love of fate. But fate isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create with your daily choices. These 10 habits, they're not secrets. They're not complicated. They're just choices. Choices you make every single day. So here's what I want you to do. Pause this video right now, open your Notes app, and write down one habit you're committing to for the next 30 days. Just one. Then come back to this video in 30 days and tell me how your life has changed. Deal? Look, I know this video was long, but if you made it this far, you're different. You're not looking for quick fixes or magic pills. You're looking for real transformation, and that takes time and repetition and commitment. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." You just spent 30 minutes learning what to do. Now, do it. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, not after you get motivated. Today, right now. These habits will put you 5 years ahead, not because they're magic, but because while everyone else is looking for shortcuts, you'll be building systems. And systems beat goals every single time. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, the obstacle is the way, the struggle is the training, and you're more capable than you think. Now go prove it.